Good morning, one and all, on this dark and dreary day outside here in the UK. My name's Gavin, and welcome to Strong and Steady here on Chasing Care, which is a rescheduled timing. We used to have foolproof Fridays. Guess when? Yeah, on Fridays at 5:30. But due to popular demand, it was recommended that we move to a morning session. So here we are, Chasing Care, strong and steady. And I just want to start off by throwing a question your way. So here's the question. If you had to choose which one, what do you think is more important as we age? Cardio or strength? 3, 2, 1. Well, spoiler alert, it was actually a trick question. You actually need both. Yep, cardio keeps the heart pumping strong, and strength keeps the muscles and bones solid, prevents sarcopenia. So today we're blending both in what I hope to be a fun seated workout. So grab yourself a chair or maybe even the edge of your sofa. You can use that like this, just sitting on the edge. We're not going anywhere. Grab yourself a couple of water bottles. If you haven't got water bottles and you've got a couple of light weights, you can use those. And if you don't have any light weights, go to your cupboard. I always pull out the coconut milk because frankly it never goes anywhere. Not sure why we bought it, but coconut milk. I'm holding my mobile phone so I can just double check that I'm not actually missing anything as we go through. I'm probably going to be doing a 12 to 15 minute workout, which will take longer because I'm going to talk you through it. So you can rewind it at a later time and do the session at your own pace. Also, just to say, I'm not a qualified physician. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physiotherapist. I'm a 64-year-old ex-rugby player that now referees rugby matches, keeps himself fit and healthy by doing exactly the sort of stuff that we're doing today. So let's start up with something that we must always do, which is a gentle warm-up. And what we're going to start off with is a seated march, probably about a minute or so. Again, I don't tend to strictly stick with the minute or the number of reps. It's down to you. You do what you can do. And if it's only 30 seconds and you need a break, take the break. If you feel any pain at any time, stop or regress to something a little bit easier. But we'll start off with something nice and simple, which is a seated march. So feet flat on the floor and just start lifting one knee at a time, like so. Up and down, up and down. Now it is important that at all times you keep your posture. What do I mean by that? I'm going to turn to the side. You keep on going, turning to the side. Posture is about keeping your back nice and straight, chin slightly tucked in, shoulders back and relaxed, and holding your belly in. Not pulling it into the other side, but just as if somebody is about to touch you and you go, oh, I'll pull it in. So march, march. Now, as you're marching, if you have the confidence, why don't you swing your arms a little bit? If you don't feel that steady on the chair, you hold the side of the chair. You do you. If you want to hold the top of your legs, absolutely fine. But let's just march, march, Imagine this is like getting into your car, turning on the ignition. Nice and easy, nothing too flashy. We're only warming up. March, March, March. And if you like this sort of stuff, why don't you let me know in the comments where you're from? What makes you want to do these sort of workouts? Always interested. If there's anything that you get frustrated by when you're trying to do workouts. And remember, this is not only for seniors, but also for people that have got limited mobility. This could help you get back on your feet again. It's all very gentle to start off with. It's brilliant. So we go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Shake that off. Shake your legs. Shake them off. Okay, well done. Next, let's do some arm circles. So sticking your arms out as high as you can. And we'll do little arm circles, backwards or forwards. And then what we'll do is we'll switch it up and go the other way. Now it might be that you can only put your arms down here or even down here because you've got some shoulder challenges, and that's absolutely fine too. You do you. Now, whilst I might have my arms back here, you might find that you can only put your arms here. You should do what you can. But by being here, frankly, you're doing great. So let's get those circles just a little bit bigger. Like one of those big windmills you see these days when you're driving around. And now back the other way with these nice big circles. Brilliant. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now relax those arms down by your side and give me some slow shoulder rolls backwards. What do I mean by that? Lift your shoulders up towards your ears, roll them backwards, and then drop them down. Then relax, and lift, roll backwards and down. That's great. If you want, start at the back, roll up and forward. Start from the back, lift, roll and forward. Back and forward. Back and forward. I always find that putting a smile on your face helps as well. Yeah. So 3, 2, 1. That's good. Shake it off. So what are we doing there? We're shaking off some of that stiffness that you've built up in your neck, and also we're warming up both joints and the muscles. So that's great. You've done a warm-up. What we need to do next is move into a cardio burst. Don't worry, it's not that bad. It's nothing too physical. It's all from the chair. We'll start with some seated jabs. I like this one. Just imagine somebody that you're not very happy with. The good news is that you're not going to actually be hitting anybody, but we are punching. So put those hands up in a guard position and punch one arm forward, then the other. Keep a steady rhythm and imagine you're boxing against the air. Boom. Nobody gets hurt, but your heart rate rises. We're going to do this for about 40 seconds, 45 seconds or so. Punch. I like to twist my hand as well when doing it, giving a bigger range of movement. So instead of just punching like this, twist, 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 twist. Remember, at all times, try and keep that posture. Relax shoulders, holding your core in a little bit, and keeping the chin reasonably well tucked. But most important, keep those shoulders relaxed. A lot of people do this. Tense up, put the shoulders up towards the ears. We don't want that. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. That's amazing. Oh, heart rate's starting to rise a little bit. Can you feel that? That's good. We're now going to move into some overhead reaches. So imagine that you want to put something on the top shelf, maybe on a train, picking up luggage, putting it on the top shelf, or in the kitchen cupboard, in the overhead cupboard there. Just put it in there. Stretch as high as you can. Stretch as high as you can. Oh, don't forget to keep breathing as well. keep moving, but keep breathing. Stretch up high. If you only do this, that's absolutely fine. If that's as high as you can do, that's fine. Just over time, if you keep doing it and try and push just a little bit further every time, you may find that you're able to get those shoulders working a little bit more efficiently. It's so important that we have some strength in our shoulders. It will help you prevent falls. And the last thing that we want to be doing is falling over and not being able to protect ourselves as we fall. That's great. 10, 9, 8. See, my hands are going out of the picture here, I think. 4, 3, 2, and then last one, let's hold it up there. 1, let's hold it up there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. And shake it off. Now, have a little short break. Have some water. So important that we keep hydrated throughout the day, not just while we're exercising like this. Okay, next we're going to go on to some fast feet taps. Again, about 45 seconds, and they're just going to be little light taps on the floor. I don't expect you to go bang, yeah? Just little taps on the floor as quick as you can, quick as you can, quick as you can, quick as you can. Okay, here we go. Let's get quicker, 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 quicker. And if you want, hold on to the chair. If you want to do your arms, you can do your arms. But make sure that you're keeping your core held in. That's your belly, by the way. Okay? Keeping your core held in, shoulders nice and relaxed, and get those little feet going. Tippity tap, tippity tap, tippity tap. Little mouse running around the house. There we go. This is your cardio kick. Are we done? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, amazing. Well done. And the last cardio that we're going to do, I've got a bit of a sweat on. Have you got a bit of a sweat on? This is really good. Your heart rate's raised, feeling a little bit of the sweat on. Brilliant. Now, the last cardio that we're going to do is a little recovery march. So let's go back to that gentle march. This is what I call active rest. Make sure you're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Never stop breathing while you're exercising. And of course, if you want, put some music on. I would normally do this to a little bit of music. Okay? March, march, march. March, march, march. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. You can raise your arms higher if you wish. You can slow down. And if you can't quite march, just lift your heels off the floor, like this. heel off the floor, heel off the floor. Yeah? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Well done. And shakety shake. And relax. Well done. Round 2 of our seated workout for seniors. And we're going to move for about 3 minutes or so into some strength. So pick up the weights because we're going to do some bicep curls. Now you can choose, get a couple of bottles of water, your beans or your coconut milk, or some weights if you've got those weights. And all we're going to do, I'm going to do the weights. Sit nicely at the edge of your chair and tuck the elbows into the side. And we're just going to lift up. You can do them together or individually. It's up to you. Pick up those weights, keep those elbows tucked in by your side and curl up and lower slowly. Remember, the lowering is just as important as the lifting. I'll turn to the side and show you with one arm. Down and curl. And then slowly down. Slowly up. And slowly down. Keep your posture. Keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. Keeping that belly in. Have you let that belly go? I'm watching you. Okay. Slowly up and slowly down. I mentioned at the beginning sarcopenia. When we get to the age of 40, 50 or so, we lose muscle mass if we don't do any strength exercises. And over a decade or so, that's about 8 to 10%. So if you could imagine from the age of 40 losing 8% of muscles every 10 years, it's a growing reduction, isn't it? It accelerates as we get older. So it's so important to do things like this. Especially if you want to carry the shopping out of the shopping basket into the car. Here we go. So we go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and the last one. 1. Brilliant. Now carefully put the weights away. If you're unable to do that with any weights at all, that's also fine. Over time, you might be able to move on to doing some weights, but try and find something as light as you can, and that's absolutely fine, and then build up over time. So, next what we're going to do is move on to some isometrics, which is a leg press. So sit upright, feet flat on the floor. Let's take your right foot and put it out with a bent knee and push the heel into the floor and hold it. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. Take your left leg, put your heel out with a slightly bent knee and push the heel to the floor. You'll feel it in your thigh. You'll feel it in your quads. You'll feel it in the back of the knees and back. Let me show you that from the side. So bent leg, pushing it into the floor, down. Okay? Push, push, push. If you need to lean forward, that's absolutely fine. 3, 2, 1. And the right leg, or whichever leg you're on, push your heel into the floor and feel it behind the knee, in the calf, in the thigh, and the quad. It's so important. And just keep alternating those for another 15 seconds or so. It's so important that we maintain that strength around the knee in particular. Again, it's one of those things, when you're walking along, keep swapping your legs over, keep pushing that heel down into the floor. As we're walking along, we stand on a rock or a stone or something or other, and we start to stumble. If we've got that extra bit of strength in our knee, it will help us maintain our balance. Last two, here we go. Push down, push down, push down, push down, push down, push down. Brilliant. Last one. Push down, push down, push down, push down. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Well done. If you want, shaky, shaky, shake. Okay. And the last one, in terms of a more strength orientated, we're going to do seated rows. One of my favourite. I used to be a rower when I was younger in Cambridge on the river in a big 8 boat. And we're going to replicate that now. We're going to have our arms out the front and we're going to pull back like you're rowing a boat, squeezing those shoulder blades together at the back. So pulling back. I'll turn to the side in a sec. Pulling back. If you want to twist your hand like so, that's absolutely fine. So here we go. Seated up like so. Hands out and pulling back and squeezing those shoulder blades together, maintaining a good posture, chin slightly tucked. Row, row, row the boat gently down the stream, was it? Push. Row. How far have you got down the river? Row. This is brilliant. Well done. Keep that posture, keep that belly held in as well. Row. Now, what you could do, you carry on. What you could do, if you're feeling that you want to do it with a bit more of a resistance, get a resistance band if you don't have one. They're cheap on Amazon. I'm not selling them. So put them under your foot and you can pull back with those. Yeah? Pull. Pull. Do you see how I've got that under my feet here? Pull. And that gives you a little bit more resistance, but make sure you keep your posture, holding that belly in. Pull. And tuck those shoulders right the way around your back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Now, as you saw there, just relax and maybe get a drink. You saw there that I was using the single band. As you build up that strength, you can double it up under your feet again. But this time I'm doubling it up. Make sure you don't roll over and start doing it down here. Make sure you maintain your posture. And you can double up the band. So you see how I've got that doubled up there? Double up the band. And hold it there on that reverse. Holding your belly in, keeping that posture, keeping those shoulders tucked back, the scapulas. That's the big bones in your back. Pull back. That's called a seated row. Now, of course, you can get different bands. I don't have one immediately available, but you can get different thicknesses of bands, which increases the tension. Bands are really good, really simple way to create that resistance that we're looking for the strength and the cardio. So now what we're going to do is we're going to combine the cardio and strength. And we're going to do something we've done before, which is with knee lifts, but we're also going to do an overhead press. Somebody rang my doorbell then, but that's okay. I'm with you, not with them. So we're going to do knee lifts with an overhead press. So what does that look like? You lift one knee as you go from here to there. So up. So this is doing coordination, cardio, and strength, all rolled into one. Push up. Ooh, brilliant. Hold your belly in. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Push up. Now, if you can only do this, that's fine. And over time, if you want, get your water bottle. Yeah, I've forgotten what the routine was then. Water bottles above your head. So knee lifts with overhead press. Up, up, up. Again, if you can only lift your heel off the floor while you're doing this, just lift your heel off the floor. There's no right or wrong way to the Chasing Care strength workout. There really isn't. Brilliant. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to do some seated side punches with a twist. So instead of just punching forward like we did the first time, what we're going to do is twist right round to the side. So get your hands up there, get your defensive hands up and punch to the side. Keep that belly nice and tight. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. We're not twisting the hips as such. We're twisting the core. So try and keep the hips pointing forward and just twist the belly and shoulders above. Okay? Brilliant. Keep doing that. Just going to check what comes up next. Here we go. Yes, I know what we're doing next. Boom, boom. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back to the center. Oh, brilliant. Next, and the last cardio and strength on round 3, which is the last of the major rounds before we do a cool down, is what I call a seated push press combo. So press your arms forward and then up, forward and then up, and get a nice steady rhythm. Boom, forward, up. Let's show you that from the side. Forward, up. There you go. Brilliant. Make sure you maintain that posture. Have I said that enough today? Make sure you maintain that posture. Forward, up. Keeping your belly tucked in as best as you can. Shoulders relaxed. Forward, up. Keeping the chin up but tucked. Boom. How's the rhythm going? Boom, boom, bam. It's probably a good one to do with a bit of music on, isn't it? Seated, press and push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Oof, why don't you grab your water? Bum, bum, bum. Okay, that's brilliant. You have now completed the main body of this workout. But what we have to do, like I said at the beginning, in terms of a warm-up, we should cool down to bring our body back to the center. And what we're going to do is start off with some arm sweeps. So you have your arms out wide, and we'll just bring our arm in across our body as we turn from side to side. Boom. Perfect. Almost as if you're giving yourself half a hug. And slow it down. Slow it down. It's not a race. We're not doing this. Just nice and slow. Brilliant. Oh, lovely. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, did you get that nice rhythm? Did you keep those shoulders nice and relaxed, by the way? I hope you did. Next, what we're going to do is a seated side bend. So reaching one arm over the head and lean gently to the opposite side. If you need to hold on to the side of the chair, make sure you do. And then bring that one down to the chair again and bring up the other one with a slight lean. You'll feel a little nice gentle stretch through your ribs and down your side. And again, if you want to do a nice rhythm, nice flow, that's absolutely fine. But don't do the whiplash thing. You're just gently going from side to side. Don't forget to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, if you can only do this from side to side, that's fine. If you're struggling now to get your arms up, just leave them by the side and shuffle from side to side. But maintain that breathing. Obviously, with the arms over your head, you get a bit more of a stretch, which is more beneficial. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. And now the very last one is more of a breathing thing. So put your arms gently on your knees or on your hips. What we're going to do, we're going to bring our arms up as we do a nice deep breath in. So you're ready? Breathing in through the nose. Lift up those arms. Relax and breathe out through the mouth. Breathe in through the nose. Open up that chest and breathe out through the mouth. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out. And on this last one, breathe in. We're going to, on the down, breathe out. We're going to let ourself fold forward and breathe out. Keep folding forward from the hips. Breathe in, small breath in, and breathe out again. If you want to breathe in again, and breathe out again. Oh, that's me dropping the mobile. Never a good idea, is it? But there we go. You have now completed a strong and steady workout, and I hope you enjoyed it. You've given your heart a cardio boost. You've given your muscles a strength lift. And that, quite frankly, is a perfect partnership for staying independent, confident, and foolproof. If you've enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a workout again, every Thursday at 11 o'clock. My new book, Caring Smart, is coming soon, and that's packed with practical advice and some linked videos which guide you through senior care, from identifying people who might need some care right the way through to end of life. There's a lot of mysteries in there which are just unlocked for you. It's like a roadmap. Caring Smart. Check it out, coming soon. And even more exciting news, we've now got a Chasing Care shopfront, and that's on Ko-fi, which you'll find, I'll put the links here, and you'll find extra resources, and you'll find some clothing and accessories all about keeping fit as we age. So thanks for joining me today. If you want to follow us and watch a few more videos just like this, they should be appearing somewhere around me. But thanks for joining. My name's Gavin. Stay strong, stay steady, and hopefully I'll see you next Thursday at 11 o'clock for Strong and Steady. Take care.